everyone, welcome to my channel. So let me quickly tell you my mac and cheese story. The first time I heard about mac and cheese was in 2020 or thereabout, where my then Americana boyfriend, who is now my husband, was always talking about mac and cheese every time. What did you eat today? Mac and cheese. What did you eat for dinner? Mac and cheese. Like mac and cheese everywhere. There and then I knew that I needed to learn how to make this food, and in fact I needed to learn how to love the food as well if I was planning to marry this man. Fast forward to some months later, I decided to try out making mac and cheese, and the very first time I tried to make mac and cheese, I wouldn't even lie, it was I don't know the adjective to quantify or qualify it with. It was not a very good experience. It was not delicious. We didn't like it. I remember that my cousin was in my house at that time, and the taste was it was just somehow, I won't even lie, I don't know how to describe it, but I remember that particular day, because I'm the kind of person that does not like to waste food, I had to go back, add pepper to it, add some salt, and I just made it in such a way that it became eatable for both of us, and we ended up enjoying it. So that was where I started to get this inspiration of how to cook mac and cheese the Nigerian way. How to cook mac and cheese in a way that the Nigerian taste board or the African taste board will love it. So I put this recipe together, and trust me, this outcome is very, very delicious. It's really yummy. You're going to love mac and cheese if you try to make it this way. And the funny thing is, I thought nobody has ever thought about this, so I decided to just check online, and I found out that some people like me also do not like the typical American mac and cheese, so they have learned to add a twist to it like myself. But my own recipe is very delicious and special, and has a special twist to it. I would like to know if you would be willing to try this out in the comment section. And my name is Olufumi Odumoagun. I am a homemaker and I'm a homemaking coach. I teach homemakers how to step up their homemaking game and change the atmosphere of their home for good. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, please kindly do so. Kindly subscribe for premium content. And if you have not liked this video yet, kindly like the video and watch my other videos too, and share with your friends. So let's get started with the cooking.
So I started by preparing all that I needed and setting them aside before putting them together later. So the first thing I did was to boil about 260 grams of elbow macaroni in water. I added some salt and some vegetable oil, cooked for about 4 minutes. Then I grated my cheddar cheese and a little bit of mozzarella cheese, a total of about 250 grams. After this, I prepped my other ingredients, which includes diced chicken, onions and garlic mix, half tablespoon of Scotch bonnet pepper, 1.5 cup of milk. I used 2% reduced fat milk, but you could use any type of milk that you want. I also add my all-purpose flour. I also used 50 grams of butter. I used half tablespoon of Knorr seasoning powder and 3/4 cup of half and half. So I started by melting my butter in a pot. I stirred until it melted completely. Then I added my onion and garlic mix. I stirred until it released all its flavor into the butter and the onions became translucent. Then I went in with my Scotch bonnet and I continued to stir. I also added 2 tablespoons of flour, and I also added my seasoning powder. I continued to stir, and then I added my milk. I stirred, and at this point it was getting thick. After this, I added my half and half, and then I went in with my cheese. I stirred until all the cheese was completely melted. Bear in mind that I didn't use all the cheese. I used about 3/4 of the total quantity and kept some aside for garnishing later. After this, I stirred in my macaroni and I continued to stir, and I also stirred in my diced chicken. Guys, at this point you can decide to just serve your mac and cheese, because I did set some aside, and guys, it was so delicious even at this point. But I didn't stop there. I decided to serve into a baking dish, and after serving into a baking dish, I garnished the top with my remaining cheese, and I placed in the oven, and I baked for about 20 minutes at 350 degrees Celsius. I turned the heat to the highest and baked for 10 extra minutes to ensure that I get this crunchy pizza-like top. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and have an amazing day. Bye.